You're
That's
a
all I got,
pussy.
guys. But...
Sorry, but you're a pussy. You just sat there and you caved over a hat that you knew had no meaning to it. You want to know the reason that I don't feel bad about any of the videos I make? Because I have never once put negative, malicious intent behind the words that I say.
Okay, let's go and move on and talk about this insane story here, Mally. Now, I'm sure you didn't see this. There was an event over the past weekend called Summer Games Fest. And it's a big event put on by Jeff Keighley, #1 video game journalist of all time, who gets all the developers together and they like announce their upcoming games and things like that. And there's a game called Splitgate 2 that was announced. Now, I'm going to show you what this guy looked like who announced this game. And you tell me if there's anything that you notice here about this guy here. Okay. He's on stage. He has the microphone. Would you notice anything about him in particular, Mally? I know maybe your screen might be. What do you notice?
He's cool.
He's cool.
He's because he's wearing a MAGA hat.
Well, he's not wearing a MAGA hat. He's wearing a Make FPS Great Again hat.
Oh,
right?
That's sick.
So, and he goes on, make first-person shooters great again. He goes on to say this.
I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3.
So he goes on and he's like kind of roasting the industry and talking and promoting his game, right? So naturally, Mally, people freak out about this. His hat said, "Make FPS great again." How dare he? How dare he have something that says, "Make blank great again," right?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And here he was right here afterwards, giving a nice thumbs up with his Make FPS Great Again hat right here.
Dope hat. Yeah.
Says, "I'm not here to apologize, but I'm here to clarify. This is not a political statement. It is quite literally what it says. So take it at face value. The state of FPS games is tragically stale. We hope to fix that, whether you want arena, battle royale, onslaught, or map creator." He's like, look,
Okay,
deal with it.
cool.
Right?
Dude thought it was a funny slogan to rip into his own thing. Cool.
Yep. And he's not here to apologize.
Yeah,
not at all.
good for him.
Not at all.
Good.
Until he is.
Oh my
because yesterday, yesterday he came in and had to apologize.
He did a 3-minute video for a hat. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So let's go and see what he had to say here, and we'll speed it up a little bit. No excuses. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, it's Ian. You're probably tired of seeing my face by now, but I promise this message is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones. So I've got a lot of questions about what's up with the hat, why'd you wear it, what was the intent, and I want to start by explaining myself. It is really freaking hard as an independent studio to break through the noise. You go to these award shows. We saw it at TGA's. We had this great trailer, and there's 50 other great trailers, and didn't really have an impact. And so at our biggest stage, coming out of beta, we needed something to grab attention. And the honest truth is we tried to think of something, and this is what we came up with. We did not intend for this to be taken in any political way whatsoever. And I'm not an idiot. Like, obviously I knew there would be some level of controversy, but we really saw this as a meme that was kind of stating our truth, which is we do want to improve this genre. We are disappointed with the state of the genre. And so we took it as a meme that we thought would not be nearly as received the way it was, negatively received as the way it was. And so I want to apologize. And genuinely, you can pretend, you don't have to believe me. But the truth is I am sorry. And the reason I'm sorry is because of what this has done to the community. The most important thing to me right now is I want to have an amazing community. That is the reason that I built 1047. That's the reason I love my job, is because I wake up every day. I have friends in the community, Mikavelli, Tovar, all these great people who I play games with, who I get their feedback, I talk to them. I mean, these are the people who got us through the dark times. And I hate seeing division. And that's what I'm seeing right now on both sides. There's division in the community. And for that, I am truly sorry. And again, I'll reiterate, I do stand by the intent of this, which is the intent truly is take it at face value. We do want to improve this genre. We do feel that the genre is in a bad state, and we want to make FPS games as amazing as possible. But I also understand that it's not just about intent, it's about impact. And the platform that we have had has had a negative impact, and for that I'm truly sorry. Yeah, I mean, I wish things were different, and I appreciate all the feedback.
You're
That's
a
all I got,
pussy.
guys. But
Sorry, but you're a fucking pussy. You just sat there and you fucking caved over a hat that you knew had no meaning to it. You want to know the reason that I don't feel bad about any of the fucking videos I make? Because I have never once put negative, malicious intent behind the words that I say. I am mad about what's going on in the government. I'm upset with the choices people make. I am not maliciously attacking anybody. So for this guy to go out and wear a hat that says make FPS great again and then feel the compulsive need to apologize for it, bro, did you go out intending to hurt people with it? Because if not, shut up! You don't owe anyone an apology! You're being a cuck! God!
You're right, 100%. 100% you're right. And the idea that he's apologizing to people who aren't playing his game, who won't play his game, and this idea of division. Look, he's not wrong. He's not wrong in that it's very hard to cut through the noise.
Yeah.
He's not.
It was a smart move! He just shouldn't have apologized for it, because now he's undone all of it. Now nobody cares.
1000%. He's gone out of his way to ostracize not just the people who hated him in the first place for wearing the hat. Now he's all the people who were like, oh, that's cool, and all the people who were indifferent. Now he's shown his true colors here, which is the biggest issue with that.
Yeah, you wanted that to be an attention grabber. You kind of killed the attention grabby part by being a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So.
Well, I wanted to point out some of the responses to this. Now, this is from Arter. He is one of the guys behind this game called Soul-Ash 2. Soul-Ash 2 was the attempt of a cancel culture campaign not too long ago. And he quote tweeted this. He says, "This is what you don't do as a leader. If you can't stand up for yourself with something as insignificant as a meme hat and fold under online pressure, you just showed all your employees and business partners that you're weak and unreliable. If anyone he's responsible for under his leadership or any partner gets in trouble for nothing, this guy will join the mob of spoiled brats and apply pressure by cutting ties, like many of my old, quote, friends did. You will lose your job under him if anyone knows you vote right wing. You will lose a partnership if you participate in a public discourse saying something a radical moron living in a bubble thinks is inappropriate. Zero respect for people like him. They continue to make hard times for everyone." Right here. I think that's a brilliantly said statement right there. So, Polish dude right there. Good stuff. This from someone else, TGD over on X's. If you get offended over a make FPS great again hat, you're the biggest bitch known to man, and I'll die on that hill.
Fucking retweet, man. Yes.
It's amazing to see that even in 2025, people are still like his idea of like, I don't want to divide anybody. Don't want to divide anybody. Well, then you probably shouldn't have done that in the first place. You need, like, controversy works to grow your brand, right? And in this case, it worked. I mean, there was a massive jump, a 3x jump in player base on his game. And my thought, as always, is the market will decide. So let's see how it's going here. Some of the reviews and the number of people who are playing the game right now. It had an all-time peak, Mally, 5 days ago after this with 25,000 players. And you can see it was pretty steady for the last few days. And then he apologized and it's dropped off. And if you look at the time here, yesterday, this was right now at 5 o'clock UTC, or I'm sorry, 1700 UTC. There's 8,000 players playing. Let's go back 24 hours just to kind of take a look here. They're down 3,000 players compared to where they were yesterday. And this is a free-to-play game, which means that's 3,000 less customers that they have spending money on their game, potentially helping them get to a point of profitability and such. So ultimately, the market will decide, and people are not super happy. And it's a shame because this is a game that looks really, really fun. It has portals in it, and you can go from various places on the map. It looks really, really fun. But this idea that you have to cater to anytime somebody's upset or somebody's divided or somebody doesn't see eye to eye on certain things. I just don't understand it. Like this idea that you can't have a different opinion, or you can't think it a certain way, or you can't vote a certain way, specifically in the video game industry. Otherwise, you're labeled as an istophobe, whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Blabs, you got anything on that?
I still am going to try the game out. I don't really care about the whole controversy around it. If it's a good game, it's a good game. I think he shouldn't have done it in the first place. I'm gonna be honest.
You don't think he should have done it?
No, because now of all this bullshit going around it, it's around the messaging of the game. You completely take away from the game itself. If he had done it in the first place and he didn't make the apology, fine. But he did, so now it's useless to do it in the first place, in my opinion.
No, I get that. Yeah, it's like he knew going into that he didn't have the balls to do a stunt like that.
He even said it was controversial. So it's like, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. You could have thought of something else more unique.
Bro, you got to handle the heat that comes with it. Like, it's a dual thing.
Yeah. So I've played a little bit of the first game. It was interesting to me. So I kind of want to see how this one goes. If it's bad, I won't play it. It's pretty much that simple. But yeah, I do want to point out that somebody in the Rumble chat said this pretty well from Mock. He says, to be frank, the drop-off could also be just because there's less hype around the announcement, not necessarily the apology, which is true. It could just be no one really knew about this game. It's kind of going under the radar. So, yeah.
Well, you see the responses here from a lot of folks, and this is a tale as old as time in a situation like this where you go like, what are you doing? Don't apologize. You can't apologize, because when you apologize to people who, they're just going to take you out at the knees, and there's no reason. They already don't like you, and you apologizing isn't going to make them like you or play your game. It's a lose-lose situation. And Colin Moriarty over here, who's been in the industry for a long time, Last Stand Media, used to be at Kind of Funny. He says, why are you apologizing? The industry's old media ideologues, what's left of them, have literally no power anymore. You don't need to appease them. It's not 2015. You're free. Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers says, never apologize. You just have to up big time. This is why I go overboard with my Trump support, because I will never let these freaks determine who or what I support. I'll just become more obnoxious when they cry. F your feelings forever. So the response to this has been, a lot of this. Like, what are you doing? And I guess we'll find out here in the next week or so, especially specifically this weekend, if there's a huge jump in player base or if it falls off a cliff. This weekend will be very, very important. So, it's nuts. It's nuts to see that even in 2025 we're still dealing with this. Mary says, two things can be true at once. The woke crowd are retarded for going after Ian Prohl, and he is a bit of a douche for calling out COD when his new game has egregious monetization. Yeah, I'll tell you this. Yes, the monetization structure on that was a mess. YouTube said you should watch this video right here. And as we all know, you should do what YouTube tells you to do.